Good day there, good ladies and gentlemen. It is I, Sir Minor J, and today, in this episode, we are gonna go off and fight those that are troubling us, rescue damsels in distress, and do all kinds of other things good knights do. So, what I shall say is, let this episode begin! Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Let's Play Minecraft. And what's with the chainmail armor and my horse? Well, today we're going to go a little bit medieval, and we're finally going to do something with this plot of land. I have talked about this for months, and this project I'm going to call my medieval church. It's a project that, well, the history behind it is Papa Smurf decided, hey, our town should have a church, because that's kind of a neat idea. Kind of have some other kind of buildings instead of just houses, and he started to build a church on this plot of land. The only thing is he got halfway done, he ran out of ideas, and he didn't even like what he had, so I tore it down, and with his permission, he said, sure, we should do something different. And then was trying to think, maybe do something medieval, kind of do something different, and doing a lot of research, coming up with ideas. And it wasn't until I was actually watching an episode of Doctor Who, and there was a church in one of the episodes, and I thought, hey, that's the church. We're going to build that church. So, here we are. I got a plot of land, got a whole bunch of chests, so we are going to need stone bricks. We are going to need a swack of them. Yeah, another chest of stone bricks. Oh, scared me for a second there, espresso bean. Here, we're going to use this new dark oak wood. Been farming a bit of that. Got some dirt for scaffolding. Gonna have some spruce wood in it as well, and a chest of derpy things. Okay, so how do we get started to build a project like this? Well, that's an interesting question. I mean, in survival, this could take quite a while to figure out. You could be wondering, how do I get this going? And so what I'm going to do in this episode, I'm just going to try and give you guys some tips and show you guys how I figure out how to build a big project like this from scratch. So first thing what we're going to do is we're going to head over to one of my creative worlds. And then I'm going to show you what I do there to kind of get a big project like this undergo. Hey guys, and here we are in my creative world, and you might be saying, Minor J, that looks exactly like the world you normally play in. And you know what, guys? It is, except for it is a creative copy. And here is our church. And so what I normally do is I take, I download a backup copy of my server, and I download it down to my desktop. And then what I do is I convert it in. Ooh, somebody's got a lot of mobs at his place. Ooh. Anyways, I just download a copy of it down to my desktop, and I convert it over into a creative world. And what I usually do, sometimes on big projects, especially like the modern coffee shop, the church idea, even the modern stable, is I will just create a copy of the build. And then that way I know for sure exactly how I want to build it. And I find building in creative is a lot easier, a lot less painstaking. And you know what? And when you're in creative and you can fly around and do whatever, you can actually get a really good feel of the project. You can try different things and do that. And then you can take that idea and transfer it over to your survival world. And I'm not the only one who does this. I know a lot of guys A lot of YouTubers do that. I think actually even BWO builds a copy of it in Creative and then transfers it over. So here's our church project. I didn't build the whole project. I don't need to build the whole project. See, I don't need to do all the roof. I don't need to do all the walls. I just kind of create basically the basic shell of it. I get a good idea what I'm going to do. And then you might be wondering about the blue blocks. I actually will put the blue blocks in there, and that actually gives me a reference for when I'm building. So you know what? I can quickly look at this and I can say 3, 4, 5. Okay, 5 high and then a stone slab. So it gives me, from a quick reference, I can quickly count, because you know what? If you had just a screenshot of grass here, like where are all the blocks? How many blocks over am I? And stuff like that. And even with you start building up a tower of stone slabs or stone bricks, it gets really hard to count. So this here, I put in the blue, and then that way I can go up like this, go back, boom. I can now take a screenshot of there, and then I know exactly how far over, how far back, and exactly where everything's going to line up. Here I know how tall my front walls are going to be, how wide we are, and basically it gives me a chance to test everything out. So once I got that taken care of, I know what I'm going to build, my proportions, I take it all into screenshots, and then I go over to my survival world, and that's where we go and make a copy of this. So now that we got it, screenshots are saved, time to go to survival world. So hang on it, guys. Hey guys, I'm back here in my survival world, and so we got our place ready, and what I then do is usually what I do is I start putting in a grid with torches, and these kind of represent my blue blocks that are on my screen, so that way I can quickly count over exactly where I'm going to build. So on my screen I show 4 and then the first block, so I got 1, 2, 3, 4, boom, I got the corners. And usually from that is all I need. I can actually, for me personally, I'm the type of builder that once I know where my dimensions are and stuff, I can usually go from that and start building. Others of you, you might need a bit more direction, or what is it, direction? I'm not sure. But for me, that's usually all I need to figure out what I'm doing. So that's that. The other thing I always like to do is try and have all my building supplies really close. Last thing you want to do is run back and forth, grabbing blocks. If I can think ahead and think of all the things I need, I'll try and have them in a chest, have a bed really nice and close and handy, and then that way I can just go and build. I'm not having to go back and forth, try and collect supplies and such. So let me just start counting this out and make sure we got this right. So from here we got 1. Okay, that's a blue block. 1. That's a blue block. We got a space, and we should be in 1 here and 1 here. So 1, 2, 3. So you can see here I'm just counting out and making sure we have this all out to proportions. Okay. And boom. So there. Right there, really quickly, I can quickly see what our scale and everything's going to be. And yeah, it works out really good. And then having a copy of everything works out super handy and dandy. Okay, so from there, 1, 2. I'm thinking I'm not quite far back enough here. Let me just quickly make sure I got this corner piece in. I'm pretty sure I'm right. Actually, no, I am right. Okay, so according to this, I go 1. This is going to be a stair, 1, and then stair, boom. That's that. And then we are going to start. And we are definitely going to end up going over the bank here, but that's okay. I can quickly afterwards go in, fill that out. And mostly what I'm going to try and do this episode is just concentrate on building one half of it. This thing is pretty much, if you figure out half of it, you got the whole build down. Okay, looking at some more of my screenshots here. Let's just do a little bit more here. So we got 1, 2, 3. Next one is like so. Boom. And where's that torch? Gotta have that torch. That torch. Okay. Now, all we have to do, that's going to be a stair. 1, 2, 3. And second here. Blue block. Stair. Blue block. Blue block. And that should be the corner right there. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The other thing, what I tend to do is if I can, I will try and build in odd numbers. For some reason, that tends to work really well in Minecraft. I'm not sure the full reason on that, but that's just the way Minecraft works. It's kind of just the way it is. So it works out good that way. And you can kind of get really good shapes going that way. So that's that. That's the base of our tower. Let us continue down the sides. Boom. Oh, I should have zoomed in on the side a little bit more. However, you know what we need? We need to get some halves or some stairs here. And this will give us that. Wow. Espresso bean keeps messing me up. I think, oh, there's something moving over there. Must be a mob. But no, it isn't, is it? Okay. So that's that. Stair, stair. And these are going to be windows. That's what these are going to be. And we have right here. I don't know. Is this kind of being a little too ADD for you guys? I'm not sure. Okay, so now we got this. And then we can go around like so. And now we can just build up our wall here a bit. Great thing about this project is I'm really close to my beacon. So I got some healing on that. Whoops. Now, what are we going to do for building here? Usually I find if you can just build this up layer by layer, what it'll do is it'll actually become a bit of a ladder for you. So you don't have to worry about getting your way around everything and such. I think I just filled in a window. I did. This here will be a window. And we're going to need some scaffolding on this. Okay. Now, whoops. Scaffolder. And it probably would have been handy if I made an actual wall here. But, oh well. That just adds to the fun of it all. Okay. And as I said, I'm just going to try, for this episode, I am just going to try and concentrate on building the main part of this, or just one half of it, and then see how far we get. and then we will probably do this build over a couple episodes and such. Okay, we're going to have a big huge cross on the front. We got 2 windows on the side. We got our walls around. And boom. Okay, we need some new dark oak wood. And this stuff is great. I love this new dark oak wood. This is great stuff. One thing I have found with it, if you are trying to grow it or harvest it, it takes 4, whoops, we don't need that sign anymore. The kind of difficult part of this is it doesn't actually require, it takes 4 saplings for a tree, which isn't too bad, except for the problem is it doesn't have that much more leaves than a regular, what am I trying to say here? A regular oak tree. It actually would even be a bit on the small side. So the problem is as you're trying to grow these things, you're only dropping about 4 or 5 saplings per tree. And that becomes difficult when, oops, 3, yeah, that's right. When you're trying to then, am I doing this all right? I am pretty sure I got this right. If you're only dropping 3 or 4 saplings, it becomes a huge problem because you need 4 to plant a new one, or 4 or 5 saplings. So that becomes super difficult because sometimes you actually get into a negative situation and you end up using more saplings than you're getting back. So 1, 2, 3, that's going to be a stair. That's going to be 2. That's going to be 2. I think we're about to hit night. Where are we at? Okay, it's nighttime, guys. I'm going to quickly sleep and I will be right back. So hang on. Hey guys, I am back and it is daytime. Okay, here we go. We're going to have a stair on top of these. And it would be really simple, you know what, just to build straight flat walls, but like it really gets boring and it really becomes bland. What we're going to do is just kind of put in some shapes, some different things jetting out and stuff. And then afterwards, I got a whole bunch of mossy brick and cracked brick. And we're just going to go in afterwards and just splatter it around and get that all in there. Okay, so what do we need to do next here? Well, we probably need to have this. Oops. Okay, we're going to have a stair like so. Boom, boom, boom. We need some dark oak stairs. We're going to need quite a bit of this. This is probably what the main use for all this dark oak is going to be on this project. Okay, come on, dark oak. Ah, I hate it when that happens. Okay. Hey, cool tip. Should I give you a tip of the day? Why not? Let's give you a tip of the episode. I'm not sure if you guys know this or not, but if you had a number of items that you wanted to move into a chest that are the same, like let's say I want to take all this stone brick, you pick up one stack, hold down Shift, double click on one of the items that is in your chest. So if you didn't see that, let's just bring a bunch of these down. Okay, I take a stack of them, click on another one of them, hold down Shift, and then boom, it carries up all the items. So you don't have to drag each individual item up and down. Make your life a little bit simpler. So there you go. Minecraft tip of the episode. That works out pretty cool. And that's just kind of an old tip. That's actually been in the game for a while now. That isn't new to 1.7 or anything, but something a lot of guys actually still don't even know about the game. So let's go back. We are 4 here, are we not? 1, 2, 3. See, this is one of those things. You just gotta... That's why I put the blue blocks in on the picture. I can see really quickly if I hit 4 or not. And I can just count by looking. Boom. Look at that. There's our first part of the wall. Okay, now what are we going to do here? Let's build this up. Okay. And go up like so. Let's put, can we put roof in over here? Why not? Let's do that. Okay. Oh. There we go. Okay. Okay, let's try and get back up there. It's gonna... See, this is the part of why I'll build a copy of it in survival once. Because you know what? It takes a lot of work just to get around in survival. And you know what? You don't really get that whole outside perspective of the build. So, yeah. Whenever you get a chance, do yourself a favor. Try building it in creative once, especially if it's a big build. And that way you can kind of get a different perspective, try some different things. And yeah. And you know what? Some might say it's a little bit cheap building a creative copy ahead of time, but you know what? Boy, it sure saves a lot of work. And you know what? I think in the end, you end up with a better build. Oops. Oh shoot, I want to put half slabs here. I got none on me. Okay, let's build our roof up now. That's that. Okay. Then we're going to have, this roof is going to be a little bit complicated, a little bit out of sorts and stuff, so let's go, okay, there, and then our regular roof. Whoops. Okay, you know what guys, I do have an axe on me, but I just didn't want to dish that out of my inventory. So, no, I didn't forget an axe this episode. Okay, come on. Placing stairs is fun sometimes. Okay, there we are. Side of it's done somewhat. Let's move our way onto the front, our front tower. And this is the part where it becomes a little bit tricky to figure out, but we can go from here. Okay, so we need to have a block here, and let's bring everything up to this block height, and this would be, where are we at, 4 or 5. So we go like so. This here will now be, can we put some dirt here? Dirt here, dirt here. This is the top of this window. And that's maybe the cool thing about building in survival ahead of time, guys, or in creative mode. There's no way you would know in creative mode or in survival mode that's the height of that window. You just cannot see things that far ahead or that far out, because basically you would say, is that the right place? Take down all the dirt, run over, check. If it is, okay, you're good. You made a great lucky guess. If you didn't, hey, you got to go back, retry it. So, yeah, whenever you can, guys, try building ahead and think ahead on your build. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 3. Okay, these definitely have to go up higher. Okay, looks like we are pillaring. Okay. Yeah, I know some guys, I think it was Corrales. I don't know if you guys watch Corrales or not. An amazing builder, truly gifted at coming up with things. And he has a saying he says all the time, building in survival sucks. And you know what? I love survival. I wouldn't play creative. I wouldn't be a solely creative guy. But you know what? Designing projects in creative, you know what? He's onto it a little bit. So maybe that's my question of the episode, guys. What are your thoughts about building in creative versus building in survival? Do you think it's a good idea to think ahead, especially on a big project maybe like this, and come and build a copy in creative and then go and build it in survival, or do you just go ahead, build, we'll figure it out at the end and design all completely in survival? So yeah, interesting to hear your thoughts on this process, guys. For me, I used to always just build straight in survival. Ooh, we got a big drop there. We'll come back to that. Then it was like, this doesn't work very well. And I started building in creative and then doing this, going into, and then transferring my design over. And I found for me that worked out super. But yeah, that's that. Okay, where are we at? This is here, this block, and I believe right here. I didn't actually count, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's our window here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, and then that would be like so. Okay, we're at nighttime again. Okay guys, time to pause the video, and I'm just going to get a little bit more of the wall up, and yeah, I'll see you guys here in just a bit. Hey guys, welcome back, and okay, gonna finish off this tower. I'm just gonna finish off that wall, and then we'll call that an episode, and then that'll give you guys a good idea of the shape that this place is gonna be. And there's just a couple little difficult things up here with the tower. Now, here's some building tips. I know from my creative, I'm going to want to have stairs on the bottom of these. So thinking ahead, while I'm up here, you know what? Let's put in the stairs now. That way, as I'm going up, I got something to stand on. And I don't have to scaffold up ahead of time or behind time and figure out afterwards how do I get stairs underneath the roof line. So there's a tip. So use your building as scaffolding to some degree, and think ahead of your building, because you know, if I was to come in afterwards and put in all these stairs underneath the roof, that would actually take quite a bit to do. So it's one of those tips, save you guys a lot of time and grief on your building. So think ahead a little. Another tip. Oh, no. Oh, yeah, here's a tip. Make sure you have all the supplies you're going to need for the next part of the build in your inventory. There's nothing worse of climbing all the way up to something and then finding out, oh, I didn't bring enough materials with me, and then have to run all the way back down. So that's always a cool tip. And there we are. I'm going to use an acacia wood here, or Akita tree, kind of as our main beam, our main support. And that's one thing I think we always, I mean, physics in Minecraft, well, you know what, there really isn't any physics. You can kind of build whatever you want, however you want. So sometimes, you know what, when you're building something, you need to think ahead on these things. Even though Minecraft says you can put a block in midair, it doesn't look good. You actually have to have something supported and make it look somewhat realistic on that. So as you're planning out your build, guys, do you need a support beam in there? No. But by putting one in, it adds some realism to your build, and that actually makes a huge difference and makes it look a lot more, well, it just makes it look like a better build. So, just a second. Don't need this beam, but you know what? It just adds something to the build and makes it look good. Okay, we're almost done this tower. From here, we're just gonna pretty much close this up and put some different things in here, some different shapes, trying to make it look less round or less square, less blocky. So if we can put in some different textures, some different shapes, that's always a good thing. Let's go like so. And we got some fence posts. And this here, it's just breaking up this big huge tower of bricks. Okay, let us grab this now. Nope, don't need that. Just make sure I get the right block. And dun 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 dun. Okay. And now this is here. We can just go and put a roof on this all the way up to the top. And we're almost there, guys. Almost to the top. Oh, by the way, I went and put on my diamond feather fallen boots. That would definitely suck from falling way up here. Not a good thing. Okay, we're just gonna put in a stair block here. And that, you know what, just creates a little bit of a shape, a little bit of a detail. Okay, let's see. Ooh, I do not want to fall down that. And the last thing what we're going to want to do is put in a piece of glowstone, and that'll light this tower up. Boom. And along the top of our roof, don't want to have that exposed, so we're just going to put this detail going across. Okay, so we just got to put a roof on the bell tower there. But that's pretty simple. Let's see. Let's go back, take a look. Okay, it's starting to take shape. Starting to look good. Starting to look like what I build in Creative. Let's just go quickly to our side and let's get this in. Whoops. So we want one space there. Boom, boom. Okay, that comes out. Okay, let's put a block here. And then we're going to bring our... Oops, that's not right. Come back here. We're going to actually bring this in along this way now for a bit. I have one. And like so. One more. One. Oops. This is where we're running out of a bit of room. Okay, looks like we're at night. And, well, let's see if I can quickly get this done up. Yeah, you know what, guys? I'm just going to quickly build through the dark here. And then afterwards, I'll quickly show you the pattern. We got the base here anyways. And this is pretty straightforward. From here on out... That there is actually going to be a stair. And like so. And that's... Basically, we're going to have this pattern repeated over and over down the side. Oops. There we go. Yeah, we're just going to repeat this pattern over and over again, and then that'll be it. So I'm going to go ahead, just finish off this side, the back wall, and then we'll call this an episode. So hang on a second, guys. Hey guys, I'm back here and we got our side wall all done up and got it going here. We got our pattern going. It's pretty much a repeating pattern straight back and forth like that. I hear you, zombie, but where are you? Where are you? On the back, I'm going to have to do some terraforming back here, just get some land going, but it's pretty straightforward. We got a section of 3, one window, a section of 5 with a 3 wide window, and then we'll have a section of 3 with a 1 wide window. So that's that. What else do we got going on? For the inside, this is looking really boring. So what we can do is, I know right here is an outside wall, and then we have one of those beams. So what we can do is we can go like this and take out that as well, and then we can go like so. And there, we got a nice little indent. What we can eventually do is maybe put some torches there or something. That kind of looks cool. Add some character. Not sure how that corner quite plays in, but again, here, and by using a stair on the top, it'll still look like a full block, so that works out okay for us. But there we go, we add some character to the whole place, and with this corner here, because we actually have it doubled up, let's give this some more character. And let's go, where are we? Boom, boom. Let's take out that. Come on, go. And boom. Okay, and there you go. Our walls now got some character, some depth. They're not just big flat pieces. This here is going to be a window. We'll put some window panes in here. And since this is a church, hey, why not use some stained glass? Definitely glad I've waited for that. So lots to do on this. Lots of building left, but I think that's it for this episode. Don't want to make this too long. Build like this could probably take 3 hours or longer, but I think this gives you guys a good idea of where the project's going. And basically from this point on, this roof is just repeated on the other side, and it's pretty straightforward from now. You don't want to watch me put a roof on, carrying the walls out. You got the idea of how the shape looks, so that shouldn't be too much of an issue. And we'll have another one of these jet outs exactly on the opposite side. So yeah, basically draw a line down the middle, flip it over. It'll be the other side will just be the mirror image. So that's gonna be it. So thanks for watching, guys, and hey, make sure you answer the question of the episode, and that question was, do you plan your projects out ahead of time in creative and then transfer them over to survival? Kind of like what I showed you guys at the beginning of the episode. Other than that, if you enjoyed the episode, found it helpful, hey, hit the like button down below. That helps me out. And if you haven't already and want to stay up to date, hey, why not subscribe to my channel or check me out on Twitter or Facebook, or what else do we have? We have Google Plus. I'm on there as well. So yeah, I'm on a bunch of different social media sites. So check me out there as well. So thanks for watching, guys. We will catch you next time.